It's early and it's cold, but we've got a full docket. In a late night filing from the Wayfarer parties, we actually hear from Bryan Freedman, who says that the supplement to the Rule 11 motion for sanctions from Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively is a bunch of hoobala. Now, he doesn't use the word hoobala. I use the word hoobala. He pretty much gives out 4 distinct reasons as to why it's a bunch of BS. So first he gets into why Rule 11's BS and why they've all filed what they need to be filing. But then he goes, second, they're using Jen Abel and Steve Sarowitz's deposition statements to help support the fact that they're supplementing their Rule 11 motions. And he goes, we took their depositions on September 26th and October 3rd. Why are you filing this now on November 18th? Surely it couldn't be because of the news media cycle. Are you getting some bad press, Ryan and Blake? Seems like odd timing. And this is where he really claps back, because he goes, third, the fact that you're using statements from their deposition, the parties don't need to have direct knowledge. Half of this has been things that were found in discovery or things that were investigated by the lawyers. So the parties wouldn't have direct knowledge. So you using their quotes and saying like, yeah, they didn't have direct knowledge. Therefore, he's like, yeah, that's the way that goes. And then he actually quotes Blake Lively's lawyer at docket 582. And it says, as noted by Lively regarding her own inability to articulate the basis of her claims at deposition, it makes no sense to suggest that facts in a party's personal knowledge, as opposed to facts developed from the public record from the investigation of others and through discovery, would be particularly relevant to, never mind the dispositive of the nature of the challenged conduct. They're poking the Gottlieb bear, but not just the Gottlieb bear, they're poking the Reynolds bear. Bryan Freedman continues and says, a document produced by Lively reflects Reynolds blankety blank blank blank. Also produced in documents an action pursuant to subpoena. Those documents show that, among other things, Reynolds blankety blank blank blank. So Bryan Freedman attaches Exhibit A all the way through F of damning evidence of Ryan Reynolds having direct knowledge of the situation. Direct knowledge of the defamation claim, I should say. The one that they countersued for, and that's where the Rule 11, I'll explain it later. You know what I'm saying? You catching me? He goes on and says, Reynolds also remarked to blank blank blankety blank. The evidence also demonstrates that he overly attempted to interfere with Baldoni and Wayfarer's relationship with WME. Reynolds blank 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 on the Wayfarer parties. And then it says, Emmanuel has since acknowledged responsibility for firing. That's Ari Emanuel, baby. I want to see those documents so bad. In short, the Wayfarer's claims against Reynolds were not actually factually without foundation, but were in truth supported by Reynolds' own written words. That's really going to piss him off. That's going to piss him off real good. And if Ryan Reynolds has the ego that I suspect he may, I think we're going to see some spicy filings here soon.